What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wild Rift University. This is Thing 1, and today we have an excellent video for you. We are going to be playing support. So I kind of went through and I've gone through all the roles, so I'm going to go back again and show you guys a support video. And I'll go through and make all the other roles again, just doing more. But this one was a really great video, so I'm excited. You're going to see lots of comebacks from behind, outplays, out maneuvers, out strategies, out rotations, patience, and everything in this video. So right now I'm just playing with a 3-man. As you guys know, as I told you before, kind of had a slow start to the season. I've been real busy and haven't been able to play a lot, but I've been grinding up a little bit. This video was Diamond 3, I believe. And but I'm actually going to be switching over to basically primarily Legend Q. I do like Legend Q a little bit more. I like the fact that there's no rank protection or anything in the game. But anyways, back to this video. So let's kind of break it down real fast. Let's break down the matchups. We have a So we have a Yone in the top lane versus a Riven, which honestly, I know if you like to play Yone top, I'm sorry, but it's just not a good pick. Can it work? Yes. Because something can work doesn't make it a good pick, okay? A lot of people like say, oh, well, it can work, it can be played there, but just because something can work and can be played doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing to do. A lot of you don't realize what you're doing by picking these like weird off picks is you're just basically tilting your teammates. So like my teammates were already mad at the fact that we had a Yone top because it's just realistically it's not a viable pick compared to other picks that could be made in this situation. You're already making a very difficult game harder than it needs to be. We'll make another video about that subject in general. So I expect Riven to win that unless the Yone is just really good. But I would expect Riven to win that. Then you have the mid lane, Galio versus Karma. That one, it's kind of I'd say a skill matchup. Karma should be able to probably handle that a little bit early because she's such a strong early game bully. And then jungle, we have Amumu versus Camille. There we go. Sorry about that. Amumu versus Camille. Camille, obviously, I feel like it's going to have overall more utility, but the Amumu team fight is pretty strong. But Camille, overall, just definitely better champion. Should win unless falls behind. And then bot lane here, I feel like we actually have kind of an even matchup. I would say if the Pyke is landing abilities, then they should win. But otherwise, I'm a pretty strong bully. Nami is one of my favorite supports. I'm a really good Nami. Honestly, I don't play her a ton, but I am a really good Nami. I played her a lot back in the PC days, so I have a lot of game and a lot of experience on her, even though I don't play her a ton, but one of my favorite champions. Here, as you can see, my friend definitely didn't watch the Wild Rift University. He definitely did wait longer to ward, but honestly, with Amumu, you could wait even longer. But he could have put the ward in a better position. So here, what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to poke as much as I can, obviously, because I'm trying to get my gold and everything, because I get gold from utilizing the support item. So poking as much as I can. Here, definitely overextend, get poked out. But part of my reason for overextending right there is I saw my jungle was there, as you can see. So we talked about this in the ADC video, but I also want to kind of talk about right now. So when you mix it up with the enemy team, playing passive aggressive at random times, it really makes the team not really sure what you're doing. In this situation, because I was a little bit aggressive, it was very risky, but it gets us a kill right here. It actually gets us 2 kills. And we got actually a double kill right on our ADC right off the bat. So excellent start. The Camille, I think, got 2 assists. I got 2 assists. Here, oh man, as you see, if I wasn't paying close enough attention to the map, I literally just get myself killed. If I would have landed the bubble, though, I would have lived, but I totally choke on the bubble. But because of that, I get myself killed and my teammate killed because I think I saw it on the map, but I thought he was walking away and I wasn't paying close enough attention. So that was literally my bad. So what's my thought process on how to win this game? Obviously, like right now, the games kind of start out even. My thought process is, and the reason why I pick Nami is I'm looking at their team. Their team's hard engage, okay? So if you're a player who's lucky enough to be able to play multiple champions, and as you can see, our Yone is feeding, kind of like how we expected that he would. Not gonna lie, I got pretty frustrated and annoyed at this Yone because he was feeding. Already gave up 3 kills in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. But if you're the type of player who can play multiple champions, think about what your champion offers to a team. So why did I pick Nami? I picked Nami for a very specific reason. I was debating between Nami and Janna, but I decided to go with Nami. There I was about to proc the thing, but because she was backing, I decided it wasn't worth the risk, especially since they have a Pyke, he could hook me. But the reason why I picked Nami over Janna is because I could tell, like, one, I need the peel, but I'm also going to need extra damage this game because their team has a lot of damage, and Janna just isn't going to give me the damage that I need in order to help my team win. So I felt like Nami being a harass and peel type champion was going to be better. Plus she gives extra damage as well. So that was kind of my thought process with picking Nami. So how do I think we win this game? I think basically we don't really win this game just in a straight up fight. My thought process is, okay, we have to win this fight by me basically peeling, poking my team, empowering my ADC, empowering my jungler. You know, if my Yone turns out to be good, empowering my Yone, but we can already tell that my Yone's not good. He's already died like 3 times in the first 3.5 minutes. So here, if you're going to play Nami, you need to rotate, okay? Nami, Janna players, you need to rotate. And boom. Didn't really need my ult there, but I still get an assist. So that's all good with me. So actually, let's talk about rotating with support. So I think that's something that a lot of people undervalue because when you're a support like Nami or Janna, or there's lots of supports, but Nami as an example, she's so strong early and the impact that she can have to game, because realistically with Nami, you have your bubble, which stuns people. You have your S3, which also stuns people. Well, it doesn't stun them, but it slows them. And then you have your ult, and then you can also hit people with your heal. So you have tons of harass and tons of poke, and you can empower people and speed them up. It's pretty huge. Here we really messed up with not being in the position, and luckily for us, our jungler gets a great steal. But honestly, like that there was completely our fault. We had plenty of time to back. This was just us not really paying attention. And then here, this is me being way too caught. I tried to save my ult for so long, and I should have just used it. I don't really know why I was trying to save my ult for so long. Just a bad play by me. So something to kind of, we always talk about taking like maximum responsibility. Like in that fight, if I would have, been fighting, if I would use my ult, my team probably would get away. And then like here's a good example of like how strong Nami is. Like look how much I poked out that Jhin, okay? When I play Nami, like I try to be aggressive. And then the other thing I do wrong here, I don't really think it was wrong. Like I couldn't really back because I was kind of getting pincered. And then I kind of had to stop the Jhin from just hard pushing the tower. But the other thing, by me not ulting back there, it made me actually not be able to be at the Rift fight, which is honestly where I should have been. I should have been at the Rift fight, because if I would have ulted, my team probably would have been able to disengage, probably wouldn't have got pushed under tower like I did, and then my team wouldn't have had to make basically just a Rift steal. Now my jungler, I have put my jungler in a bad position twice now. One, by not backing in time at the Fire Dragon. He had to make a clutch steal. And two, by not ulting soon enough to help disengage my team. Here, I'm purposely being aggressive, but it comes back to bite me in the butt because I didn't know the Pyke was there. I should have realized, though, that the Pyke was going to be rotating. So, like I said, I like to be super aggressive on Nami, but sometimes being too aggressive, knowing your limits. Like, there's no reason I should be face checking the jungler, especially when I don't know where their team is. So that was me not utilizing the information on the map properly. completely my fault. I know what I was doing. Like, I felt like I was strong and trying to be aggressive for the team. So now, as you see, I'm starting to rotate. I feel like my Yone is not very strong. So like, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of help this Yone out for a little while because he's absolutely getting bodied. And as you see right here, like, look at the kind of damage that I'm doing. I'm doing some pretty solid damage here. But me and the Yone, I mean, the Yone's just, he's so weak. And right here, he goes in for who knows what the reason. Blows flash. The Yone was literally trolling us this game. I'm not really sure why he was trolling us, but for a while, he was legitimately like trying to like make us lose is what it felt like. So he definitely frustrated me this game. So what do you do when you have a situation where you have a player who's purposely playing poorly, who isn't really helping, and who is really just inting the team and making the game harder? So one, you don't want to do what I do and what I did in this game. You know, I got angry at him. I pinged him. I over pinged him a ton and everything. I didn't say anything to him, but I pinged him a lot, which it's not going to help anything. It's not going to help anything at all. And here, like, I'm so mad at the Yone. I'm like yelling at the Yone right here. And look at this. This is what happens, like, when you allow another player to get into your head. Look at this. Because this is exactly what happens. And I feel like all of you guys have this as well. You have one player on your team who's like just inting. He's not helping the team. He's making bad rotations. You start to get mad at him and everything. You're focusing on him. You're not focusing on the game, which is what I'm doing right now. Like, so a lot of people will have this situation happen in their game and they'll blame their teammate. But they fail to realize that they themselves are becoming part of the problem because they're spending so much time focusing on that teammate rather than what's going on in the game. You do things like this. Exactly what I'm doing right here. Look at this. We have a fight that just engaged. What am I doing? I'm sitting over here with the Yone because I'm frustrated at him. And then I realize, oh crap, what's going on? I have a absolutely horrible ult and everything. The Yone goes in and look at it. This was completely my fault. I could have been there to disengage the team fight, but I wasn't. Why? Because I'm focusing on this Yone. And the truth of the matter is, you guys do this as well. You guys have situations where you're in games, you're getting frustrated, you're mad, and because of that, you're putting your focus on different situations rather than a situation at hand, and that's the game, okay? In the same way, when you hold unforgiveness against somebody, really the only person you're hurting is yourself because you're just creating bitterness. In the same way, like when you get angry at a teammate and you're getting tilted at a teammate, all you're doing is technically hurting yourself because you're putting yourself in a position to where you're angry, frustrated. You can't think about the game properly in order to make wise decisions. Okay? So like right now, what should we be doing? We should be getting lane priority, which that's what our ADC is doing, keeping lane priority. And we should be helping our team. This game, really, as you saw on the scoreboard, our mid lane and our top lane are kind of trolling. And as you saw, our mid lane just laughed the fact that our teammate died. And because our team's like in bad positioning, we're once again putting our jungler in a bad position. And we kind of do a trade here. We trade the bot tower versus trying to get the dragon. Here, our jungler should not have been going in. Like, literally, there's no reason for us to be here. Our top lane is top. And here, this is actually really funny because I actually ping the Yone to go take the Rift Herald, and then I end up getting mad at him for... This is how out of the game it puts me. But there's no reason why we should be over here trying to take this dragon. Our jungler just dies. We should have just done a straight switch. And now, like, here I'm trying to steal, and I actually blow flash as well. Like, when you get mad, this is how much it disengages you from the game. Okay? One, we're trying to steal a dragon 2v5. We should have just walked straight over to the rift like the Yone did. So this is something the Yone did well. And then, we basically troll the team by focusing on this because, like, right now, the whole team is just mad at the Yone because of what he did and the fact that he fed so hard. And then right there, mad at the Yone, I accidentally misclick my alt. So, like, this game is completely falling apart. How often do you guys have games like this where it's just like everything is not going your way? You accidentally blow flash, you accidentally blow your alt. And like for me, I'm like super frustrated because I'm like, dude, I can't believe I just blew my alt. Like I'm sitting here like thinking in my head, like I have chat muted, so I'm not actually saying anything to the Yone. I'm just pinging him and using emotes and just being frustrated with myself. But now like I can't use my alt right there. I could have disengaged my team. But I can't. And here I die again. Like everything is going wrong. And a big portion of the reason why everything's going wrong here is because we're being tilted as a team and I'm being tilted as a player. I'm focusing all on the Yone's mistakes rather than focusing on my mistakes. Now here the Yones actually made, a good play and a bad play. Like one, he got the Rift Herald and now he just took a tower, okay? So would it probably have been better for him to actually help our team? Yeah, probably would have been better for him to help our team because we just lost a inhib tower and we got a tier 2 tower for it. Not entirely worth, but technically still better than what I was doing. Like, so at this point in the game, I'm starting to try and like calm my mind and like tell myself, okay, guys, we can actually win this game. I'm starting to like regain my focus here and because I start to realize what's happening. And this is the big thing. Like if you can actually realize what's happening, you can change. So you'll kind of start to see right here. Now the game starts to switch up a little bit and it doesn't happen right away, but the game starts to change a little while because like, I feel like right now I start to actually get my focus a little better and I'm not being so tilted and I'm focusing more on like, okay, what can I do to impact the game? How can I help the game versus just saying like my mid lane's feeding, my top lane's trolling us and feeding as well. And I'm focusing on those aspects. Okay. That's what you need to do. When you get in this situation where you're in a game like this and you're just getting hammered, pause and ask yourself, okay, what do I have to do to win this game? And this is typically what needs to happen, guys. In a situation like this, you can't win the game, okay? Now let me explain that. You can win the game, but you can't, okay? Because you're so far behind in gold, you can't win just by yourself. You have to create opportunities and create mistakes in the game in order to win. So, and you have to be patient. You have to wait for the enemy to make a mistake and then to act on it. You have to look for out positioning, out rotations, and everything as well. Okay, that's how you come back in a game. A lot of times what people aren't, so a lot of times people could win, but they actually don't want to win and they're not willing to do what it takes to win. What do I mean by that? So you have to make the game extremely boring and slow. So as you can see, we're slowing the game down here, okay? And that's kind of what's been happening since I talked about like we could change the game. We're slowly poking in, we're going out, we're going in, we're going out. We're harassing. We're waiting for our fight. We're waiting for the enemy team to overextend so that way we can make a play, okay? Like I said, the Galio's making that hard. Unfortunately, I'm having to like waste an alt because the Galio decides to do a pointless engage. And now we have our Yone right here kind of just doing like a pointless engage as well. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on like, okay, what can I do to help? And so what I've kind of realized at this point, our win factor is this Camille. Camille's the one who's going to win this game for us. It's not going to be, and it's going to be by me assisting her, empowering her abilities, and then like the ADC as I can too. But really, I've kind of come to a place where I realize it's going to be this Camille who's going to carry the game because I know Camille's late game is just disgusting. And her kit's so good, I know she can 1v9 these people. Camille's like one of those champs who can totally 1v9. So as you can see, I'm kind of like rotating my my game around assisting this Camille. So like I said, when you get in that situation, Find the player on the team that you believe still has their head in the game and has the potential to carry, and play with that champion. Like, I had another game earlier this week where we were getting curb stomped. Or what more so my ADC was getting. I'm going to pause this real quick so we can look at this. My ADC was getting curb stomped, but I realized the Yi was doing great. So I changed everything and started to play with the Yi and not my ADC. So as you see, let's just take a look. So our Yone is 1-5. I'm 0-3-8. Not doing great. My Camille is 3-4-4, and then our Galio is 0-8, and my ADC is 6-4. So my ADC is doing really good. Their Pike is 11-2. Their Riven is 6-0. The Karma's 4-2-13. Their ADC isn't doing very great, and their jungler isn't doing very great. But really, the jungler is just being a front line for them. That's really all he's doing. So literally, this game is like in the hands of the Kai'Sa and the Camille, because our Yone isn't going to do anything, and our Galio is just feeding. So it's literally up to us three to carry this game. And so we have to fight around each other, and we have to work as a team. Because the truth of the matter is, you can carry a game. You can carry a game as a team. And here I should have ulted immediately, and I didn't, which was a huge mistake. But like I said, I'm focusing on the champion that I feel like wins the game for us, and that's the Camille. It's where I'm putting all my focus, putting all my heals. Just gets a triple kill right here. And this is me and the Camille fighting. Like, look at this. Look how things are changing. Look how far down we are. But because I realize that the Camille is a factor, we're able to do so much. And this outplay, this is trusting your teammates right here. Look at this. This is freaking insane. Look at this. You guys have to rewatch that. This is insane teamwork right here, okay? So first, I should have blew my ult immediately. I waited too long to blow my ult. But I'm focusing on the Camille because I know the Camille is what's going to win this team fight, especially now that our ADC is dead. Putting everything on her. I'm putting my heals, my auto attack and chance. We get a triple kill. Immediately start to rotate onto her again. He gets the slow off. I pop the heal on him. Pop another heal. Right here, I missed the bubble because her little slingshot's up just in time. She uses her S1 to peel me, and boom, unstoppable. Basically gets an unofficial quadra kill. That completely changes the game. We're not back in the game as far as gold, but what did that do? Their jungler's dead, our ADC's already back up, and their ADC is, like, they're spawning, but their ADC and jungler are dead. We have a chance now. Like, that play by itself got us back in the game, and it's partially because, like, I understood what champion I had to help in order to win. Here, I have no idea why the Yone went in, but at least this time I ulted properly and on time. And because I ulted on time, it actually saved his life. And so we're telling the team, just run. But look at this, guys. Look how much we were down, and now we actually have a chance. We have the Baron buff. We have the Fire Dragon. The Camille's scaling into late game. And our ADC Kai'Sa is also scaling into late game. Even though our Yone and our Galio aren't really helping. So here what I'm basically telling you is, like, we have to make a play right now. We have to push. We have to engage. Okay? So, like, here, once again, kind of showing you where we're at. 1-5, 1-3-12, 7-4, 0-8, 6-5-6. And so as you see, the Camille's starting to pop off. And I knew this was what was going to happen. This is why I said I had to switch my focus to her. And I'm telling my team right now, we have to push. We have to make plays. We got to get some gold to get us back in this game. So, like, we're hard pushing this right now. I got a good ult. I probably could have ulted a little bit sooner there, but it's okay. Great Galio ult. Dude finally did something that helped the team. He made it. This was a good play by the Galio. Like, he died, which is unfortunate, but it's literally working to where the Kai'Sa and the Camille can just go in there and go ham on people. And it's literally working. Like, everything that we needed to happen is started to happen because we're focusing on the right people. We're getting the correct champions strong, and I'm assisting the right champions as well. Kai'Sa's super strong now, and Camille is super strong. We just aced the team. Whole game gets turned around in a matter of a couple minutes. From completely blown out to a complete turnaround. Do you guys see that? Like, I want you to look at this. Like, what, the game ended at 19 minutes and like 50 seconds. Remember what I told you? I told you it was right. Where was it? Where the hell was it? I think it was about right. Yeah, here. 13 minutes. So about the 13-minute marker is where, like, I realized what I was doing and how I was the one impacting the game. And we had the tools to win the game. I just had to help and get my mindset off of the Yone. So basically about 13 minutes, I changed my mindset. And 6 minutes later, just from focusing on the game and how I can win the game, we went from... Let's go back and look at this. I see. We went from being 10 to 23 down almost 10,000 gold. Okay? 10 to 23 down 10,000 gold. I realized that I'm being part of the problem, and I changed my mindset, and in 6 minutes, the whole game changes and we win. The whole game changes and we win in 6 minutes. Look at this. 2 and 6, 7, 4 and 9, 0 and 9, 10, 5 and 2, 1, 3 and 17. Us three completely carried the game. A game that was literally being trolled and thrown away by our teammates. And all I had to do was change my mindset and focus on how I win. How many of your games do you throw because you're spending so much time focusing on how your enemy is causing you to lose versus asking yourself, what can I do to help my team win? I want you guys to really think about that. Ask yourself that question, because if you can figure that out like we did this game, everything will change for you. Everything will change for you. I told you guys at the beginning of the season, like, I was really struggling, and I have really been working on my mental this season, and it's really been changing. Look at these. Look at these stats. Look at the change. Look at the turnaround. Look, we never at one time had a gold lead in the entire game. There was not 1 minute of this game we had a gold lead. Not one single minute. We were behind the whole game. But it was teamwork. It was calming my mind and realizing this is what we have to do to win. This is what you guys have to do. This is how you have to think, okay? This is how you have to think. If you do this, you'll win the game. You'll win the game. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned about mindset and everything. It wasn't so much a support video. It was more so of like a mindset video. But thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video.